8,200, what, 30 pounds? Cougar 32 RLI, rear living with an island here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. This is an update to the previous incarnation, the 30 RLI. They've made a couple little touches, dusted it off. Nothing significant has changed. It's, well, I don't know, it's like when your favorite soda, it's a brand new look, same great taste. If you'd like to see if we got one of these in stock and available, or something else like it, click the link in the video description that says check for price and availability. You'll see if we have one, how it's equipped, what we're asking, and you will see, like as I just indicated, fair market pricing clearly published. We do not do hidden dealer fees at Haylett RV, but we do everything else, such as hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, and everything in between. Even RV delivery, so give us a call for quotes. It depends on where you live. Obviously, farther away means more money. So, why this one? This, we have historically had a very strong, what's referred to as park model business, even though it's not truly park models, but a very successful, like, camp-friendly, park-friendly destination trailer business here at Haylett RV. And it has really, really slowed in the last couple years. But we are selling more RVs to more people who don't have tow vehicles than ever before, and those two things seem like they don't make sense together. And then you see models like this, or we've got Winnebago versions of something like this, Freedom Express Coachman versions of something like this, Jayco, Highland Ridge versions of something like this, Rockwood versions of something like this. You get the idea. We carry a lot of different RVs here at Haylett RV. My point is, they're making big travel trailers that are still potentially towable now. It's not that the destination type travel trailers that I've mentioned, like a Jayco bungalow or a big Cherokee park model here at Haylett's, aren't towable. It's just that most people are not going to tow them. They're 10,000 pounds. They're big rectangular rolling bricks. Not that this is an aerodynamic masterpiece, guys, but it's still towable. 8,200 pounds, you know, a heavy half will still tow this. Any 3/4 should tow this just fine. But those big true park models that weigh 10, 11,000 pounds, they weigh 2,000 or 3,000 pounds more, they cost thousands of dollars more, and they really don't generally have any significant features this doesn't have. And that's why I think that segment of the business has dwindled. Not that we've slowed down. We are literally busier than ever here at Haylett RV. But I think these big triple slide, what I call flat deck fifth wheels, have changed the marketplace. And I think for the better, too. So I've done a lot of talking about, you know, theoretical stuff, but why this RV? That's what I want to focus on. Cougar's idea is that they want to make everything in this a little bigger. So they got the bigger 30-pound tanks instead of 20s. The upper echelon power tongue jack, power, and actually this has dual power awnings. This even has one-touch automatic leveling, not power stabilization, but true automatic leveling like a fifth wheel. The other thing that's nice about the automatic levelers, on something like this, it's going to be park used. They are so flippin' stable. The RV just does not rock and roll around when people come and go. Now up front here, this awesome dynamic looking nose cap they have, you can see this is not just a sticker line or something. This is a full, like, protective stone guard right here. It's almost like a spray-on bed liner type material. It's very, very rugged. You'll notice that all of your baggage doors have the simple magnet catches over here so that everything in, you know, your doors are still one-hand operational. Now, they've done something here. More and more brands are catching on to this, and I'm glad for it. Even though this is a front closet and it has a bedroom slide, they have both full pass-through front storage as well as a storage compartment below the master bed. That's something I really used to only see commonly on the Freedom Express ultralights that we have here at Haylett RV, the bed slide versions of those. But we're starting to see it more and more and more. What I like here is it gives you an easier look at the all aluminum skeleton. The other thing I like to point out is that all vertical welds are double-sided welded. When you start getting into laminated construction and aluminum frames, a lot of times vertical welds are only one side welded from certain brands. It saves labor time. I've always feared that maybe there's less structural integrity there. I'm told it's not, but I don't know. I like more welds than less welds. I like that you have an easy reach battery disconnect. We can reach our automatic leveling switch, very simple. These are the nose cap hitching docking lights right there. The other thing they've done here, which not a lot of brands do, but Keystone really does as a rule, is their under bed storage is completely compartmentalized. You don't access it from the inside. At least there's that bulkhead wall, that partition wall right there. But the bed can lift, so technically you could get to it from the inside in this model, just as a afterthought of, you know, how the bed flip works. Now, you know, pretty common trailer suspension tires, nothing uncommon there, 15-inch radials. This I wanted to talk about, though. I talk about all the time about like the air hose style quick connect, just little water sprayer system. Now this is a full outside shower. Usually when you get these things, guys, you get a cold water only port. This is a hot and cold shower. But what I talk about all the time is how any residential like hose sprayer knob can attach to this, but I rarely show that. So I thought I'd pull this out so you could actually see the end of that brass fitting right there. This is also where you can hook up your cable, your water, and you've got these little handy pop-out panels right here that you can move out of the way so that you can keep this closed and locked and people can't get to your stuff. A lot of people ask, does it have a walk-on roof? And the answer is yes. Yeah, all Cougars have that. But what you should be asking is, can I walk on the slide-out boxes? And with a Cougar, you can. They've got the same construction in the slide boxes that they have in the rest of the coach. And that's not standard across the industry. They're not the only ones that do this. But I'm wanting to point out something you can't see that separates Keystone products as a whole, because this is very Keystone standard construction, but very specific to Cougar from a lot of other brands. So this is built, constructed extremely well. Well, for what, the last 4 or 5 years, Cougar has been a Quality Circle Award winner, and that's part of the reason that this has, Keystone was able to go to their 3-year structural warranty across the board, from their most basic trailer to their biggest, baddest fifth wheel. And we are deep into Keystone here at Haylitz. We believe in this brand. We used to only carry Springdales, and then we added Passports, and then we added Cougar in Montana, and then recently Fusion and Impact toy haulers. We are very big into Keystone. They've become one of the largest chunks of what we're doing here at Haylitz, and statistically, they are one of 3 brands that has had exceptional service records. Very proud to be offering these. Now, every brand has had up and down periods, but like even if you look at those like 2005, 2007 era Keystones that had the flaky peeling decals, generally, structurally, they're just tanks. They've done that well for a lot of years. That is why Keystone RVs are the most frequently copycatted ultralight on the market, you know, laminated product. So 225-pound rated little cargo travel bike rack back here. You throw some coolers on it. Don't recommend you transport firewood, guys. A lot of people think that because of bugs moving from one indigenous area to another, you can cause problems. You shouldn't be transferring firewood. Unfortunately, you should be buying that locally when you get there. Double vaulted ceiling, though. You can see that really aggressive ceiling vault up top. That's a better idea structurally, but it also offers some interior headroom. But the thing that people don't realize, and I like to talk about, I've really talked about it a lot lately, and I think I should have talked about it more before this, was with a double vaulted roof truss, your roof rafters, if you don't know what that means, there's no insulation gap, because if something is flat inside, but it's arched outside, at the top they're going to be thick, but where it gets down to the sidewall, it's going to get thin. You're going to have less insulation. Well, in a really hot, cold climate shift, you're going to get sweat lines along the sidewalls. Well, obviously, you don't want that. You don't want water, moisture of any variety penetrating into your RV. So this helps eliminate that. Notice, too, the double awnings. Again, I need to double-check the spec sheet. It's been a while since I help build and spec out the models here at Haylitz RV quite often, and they're becoming more aware of putting a second awning on triple slide models like this. But what I do like is they're both easy tilt, and they both have full-length LED lighting at the base of the awning, so that you don't have, like you can use the awning lighting when the awning's closed. You don't have to open the light up, or awning up. Now, this door is friction hinged, so it catches itself. You gotta really be aggressive to try to slam that thing. And over here, we've got a nice little outside TV hookup area. So everything on this makes sense. This is great. You could tow it. Where I think this model is great, someone's like, listen, I snowbird, I'm gonna go to Florida, I need something I'm gonna live in for 3 or 4 months, I need room, Jack. Well, that's where I think this one's great. But 8,200 pounds, you could still tow it. Now, it's probably 35-ish foot long or something. I think I flashed the specs up earlier. I can't recall. But you get the idea. This is something that, if you need to, you can still move from A to B. It's a very good model for spending extended time in at one location. And when we step inside right about now, you'll see that more plainly presented. Before I get too far along, I do want to correct one thing I said on the exterior. I think I mentioned that if you lift the bed from the inside, you can reach the exterior pass-through, or the exterior underbed storage. That's not the case. I wanted to make sure I made a point to show that and correct that. You know, I'm not right 100% of the time, but it's never been for lack of trying. And I do like you folks to know that, hey, I'm human, but I'm also, I like to conduct myself with integrity. And when I make a mistake, I'm willing to own up to it. So, back to the point at hand. This big 32 RLI. Compared to the 30 RLI, they have basically doubled the interior lighting. That's a huge thing. Lights are very expensive in this business. You can see them crawling all across that double vaulted roof on the inside. And I'm not using a trick fisheye lens. That's the vault of the roof you're seeing there, and those dark batten strips right there. That really helps accent and highlight what we're looking at. So what that gives us is something that's nearly 7 foot tall at the apex. It's 6 foot 10 inches at the peak. And with these dual opposing slides, this gives you that space you're gonna like for a long-term stay. As we come through here, again, it's very much a fifth wheel layout. This is one of the most popular, well, actually, this might be the most popular couple's fifth wheel floor plan out there in terms of full bed slide stuff. So like in your big Cougar and your Montanas that we have here at Haylitz, or like a North Point or an Eagle or whatever, this is your big living room layout, the most popular one. Because it's really the most space efficient design. It gives you the theater seating directly across from an entertainment center. Now what they've done really well here in the Cougar is they gave this a big double jointed swing out arm for the TV. And they put like the biggest TV in there they could, 39, 40 inches, whatever. It's the biggest that they could put in there. And by swinging the TV out, it gives you access to what I like to call like the DVD shelf storage behind here on both sides, but also you can get behind the TV to access the plugs. So if you want to plug in a Blu-ray player, a satellite, a laptop or a tablet or whatever, it has easy access to the plugs to do that. You don't have to be a contortionist to try to reach back there. The Titan Flame electric space heating fireplace. Titans meaning the group of beings that preceded the Greek gods, I suppose. I don't think you're going to find the Lord of Volcanoes heating this thing, but it is a 5120 BTU space heater, exactly the same as a Montana luxury fifth wheel. And that's what's nice about choosing to purchase a brand like Cougar from Haylitz here, that is such a high volume brand that they can afford the nicer, bigger stuff like that as opposed to the smaller 4000 BTU Fireplace. So this is a Trifold sleeper sofa. What I do like here though, don't get me wrong, I don't mind big, but I like that they didn't go nuts. They didn't go with too large of a hide-a-bed sofa. They went with a traditional two-seat bifold, or trifold. This is a full trifold, but not a three-seater. And the reason I like that is because it leaves dinner plate size side stands. I'm a klutz, and I'm also forgetful. When, like, I like to pride myself in my work. I'm very sharp when I'm at work. I like to make sure I dot my I's and cross my T's and all that jazz. But when I get home, like, man, mentally I clock out and I forget stuff. So I'll sit down with my dinner plate because I'm hungry, I'm excited, I'm ready to eat, and I forget a napkin or a fork. And I have to set my plate down and get up. Well, I don't want to just leave it on the couch where the dog can get it. I like to leave it off to the side where it's a little more difficult for the dog to get it. So I like the bigger stands. I like that we have the dual outlets for phone chargers and tablet chargers and all that on both sides of the sofa. We also have these nice little storage pockets. Nothing was wasted in here, and just windows everywhere. That's the other thing that I think makes this floor plan so successful. Whether it is the Keystone or the Winnebago or the Coachman or the Jayco or the whatever version of it that we carry here, because God knows we have a lot of it, all of these tasty windows are on the door side. Now what I do like that they've done here in the Cougar is, if you notice, a very symmetrical window orientation. You have twin sidewall windows. You have twin slide wall windows. All the windows in the slide open for ventilation. This is also a wall hugging theater recliner, so it's not going to gouge up the wall if you really want to lay back and take in a movie or take a nap on a drizzly rainy day. This is mostly a couple's coach, but if you do have guests, the table does extend, as you see here, to give you the extra space for all the guests. Now, I don't know if you noticed, some lighting just turned off. It didn't burn out. You have a motion-sensitive welcome home light. And it's kind of interesting that the market's gone back to this, because features like that are actually very reminiscent of 2012 when we first were a Laredo dealer before we became a Cougar dealer. These are features that Laredo picked up at that time that was kind of ahead of its time. Like this floor plan, it's really a dusted off version of the old 314 RE Laredo that we used to carry here. But it's an improved, fixed up version. That Laredo had problems. That's one of the reasons that we didn't have quality issues with Laredo. We had logic issues with them, which is why we parted ways in that category and why we later became a Cougar dealer. Like the Laredo version didn't have these drawers. It had no drawers in the kitchen. It made no sense. This has 5 drawers right here in your little kitchen alcove. We've got thermal foil countertops, which have a pressed resin membrane so that water can't seep into the edges. You may notice here on your accented island that we've got twin appliance outlets. You've got additional appliance outlets. You can see over there, there's a little plug station over that away. 8 cubic foot fridge freezer. And all kinds of good cabinet and counter space. This thing has awesome prep space. And that is a real tile backsplash, by the way. That's not just a wallpaper. Now, over here in the island, we've got a big double large basin stainless sink. You see that you've got the high-rise faucet, and that is a sprayer faucet end on that. Now, down here, they made this island just pure unadulterated storage. And I actually like that they gave you one big open area for like a big wastebasket, not a small one, but a big one, and the big pots and pans storage in here. So we've got drawer space, we've got shelf space, we've got your little entry bureau, which is perfect for, more appliances like your coffee maker and whatnot. This is an extremely well done kitchen area here. Again, something if you're going to spend more time in it, you're going to enjoy. Now, let's talk heating and cooling. Standard, this has a 15,000 BTU air conditioner. You don't have to upgrade to that in a Cougar anymore. They made that standard. What I like about Cougar, and really this is a lot of Keystone logic, is they say, okay, what is our biggest, largest model that we build in a travel trailer? Great. What air conditioner, what furnace, what tires, what suspension, what chassis do we need to support that giant thing? Great, let's use that across the board. So, everything is, they make sure that nothing is ever potentially underbuilt. They build everything to the greatest demands of any of their floor plans and go from there. By the way, the second awning on the slide out, your like light switch, your awning switch, is all located right there where it's easy to get to. Bathroom on this is very traveling friendly because it's right next to the entry door, and this thing has an awesome linen cabinet. This is a humongous linen storage area in here. So your long-term stuff, your beach towels, your extra toilet papers and shampoos for long-term living, you've got room for that in the bathroom. You don't have to go traipsing around. And that's the same type of countertop material here that you have in the kitchen area. And the split open shower, and that skylight I stood in it earlier, it's located in the correct spot. What I mean by that is if I'm tall, which I'm tall, if you're tall, you can stand in this shower and the skylight's in the exact right spot where it works in conjunction with the ceiling vault that you don't have to duck in the shower. Very, very well done. Porcelain foot flush stool, by the way. So we looked at this earlier. We got the Cougar King Bed in here. And what else I like is this is a full depth bed slide. They didn't go with a shallow bed slide. They went the full 3-foot deep slide like their main living room slide so that you have maximum space. Now, I've left all these drawers open in here I forgot, basically, but you can see how much room there still is. You can open the drawers without having to sit on the bed. You can get dressed and leave the drawers open. You're not going to trip yourself. Full front closet up here, 8-foot wide front storage capacity. Now, this one in this video, remember, this could be different from the one we have in stock. This one has second AC prep. The next one we have in stock might have a second air conditioner on it. Now, we have a full shop. I can install a second air in this from our facility before it ever leaves. Not a problem. But keep in mind that the link in the video description that shows you what we have in stock and how it's equipped and what we're asking, that is the best way to determine, short of calling our sales team, determining exactly what we have in stock and available. Man, that is a nice dresser. That is a big, generous dresser at the foot of the bed right there across from that cross breeze window, which again, you've got cross breeze windows in the headboard here. I like a little padded headboard right there. It seems like every brand's handling the headboard of the bed board, if that makes sense, a little bit differently. I like how they've done it here. This is clean. This is cute. This is sharp. It's got a very cozy, warm, welcoming decor. And just like I said, the one we have in stock could be different. This is the cashmere decor. This is the lighter decor. The Cougar has two decors. One is very light creamy brown and the other is a little bit darker mocha brown. But they're both brown, guys. So whether you want brown or browner, chances are we have it in stock here at Haylett RV. Or we can get it for you if we don't. Or we might have it in a different brand. I don't know. But if you like this layout, give us a call. We can run through the different brands that we have that build this layout, each of their different unique qualities and benefits. And if this is the one you like, great. Hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything in between. Haylett RV does everything, as you recall. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.